As I'm sure you all know, dprjones has been suspended from YouTube. Now, I don't generally make videos on bannings or YouTube drama, but this really is insane, and that's nothing to be said. There's no reason for it. I'm sure most of you saw his video, and the actual message he got from YouTube stated that he breached the third part of their community guidelines. Now, I have the guidelines in front of me right here, and I'm looking down, and I'm going to read them out. I'm going to read out what the content of the guidelines actually is. It says YouTube isn't for pornography, YouTube isn't for animal, drug abuse or bomb making, animal abuse, drug abuse or bomb making, no gratuitous violence, don't post gory videos or dead bodies, respect copyright, we do not promote hate speech, zero tolerance of predatory behavior, stalking, threats, harassment, and don't spam. Those are the guidelines of YouTube. If you subscribe to dprjones, you will have seen the video that caused him to get banned, 20 questions for Frank Retard. Now, out of all these guidelines, the only ones I can see that dprjones could even have possibly violated are the copyright ones and the stalking and predatory behavior. And it's very unlikely that he could really be construed as violating either of these terms. Firstly, he used stuff from Frank Return's video. Yes, that's fair enough. He used limited portions, he stated he was using them, he credited the video, and everything that he did seems to be under fair use and not in breach of copyright. There are so many more videos out there which use far more content, and strikes don't get put against their accounts. So what's the other thing? Stalking or predatory behavior, harassment, any of that stuff. The only thing that dprjones did that could even vaguely qualify for that was the statement he made at the end of the video, which was that that Frank Returns should make a video responding to his unless he wants to be publicly humiliated. That really isn't too much of a threat when viewed in the context of the video. dprjones expressly said that this is where you're wrong, please admit that you're wrong, or I will show you that you're wrong. Even if this was some sort of threat, even if that does qualify as a threat in the eyes of YouTube, then have they been following half the stuff that's been going on? Have they been following, for example, the whole Amazing Atheist versus Coughlin 666 or Fake Sagan, all this drama from the other half of the community? Because if they have, there's far more content in all that stuff which could be viewed as harassment and abuse and violation of privacy, all this sort of stuff. So, why has dprjones been penalised for this? It can't be simply that he was flagged and the others weren't, because we know that the others were flagged. And I am aware that some suspensions were handed out, like the Coughlin 666 for example, but there's a world of difference between being suspended for 2 weeks and being permanently banned from ever having an account again. I think it's more likely that dprjones got flagged, like the others did, but because he wasn't a partner like Coughlin or the Amazing Atheist or Fake Sagan, YouTube didn't really feel the need to look at the video in question, see if it merited flagging, and perhaps be a bit more lenient with a permanent suspension, simply because dprjones wasn't making YouTube money. I feel that YouTube just didn't even bother looking into what was going on. Quite simply put, I think YouTube needs a policy update. However, I don't think one's coming anytime soon.